Hey, if you're interested in the Asio Gear Late Season gear, you want to know if it's worth the money, you want to know if it keeps you warm in those late season conditions, it's worth buying. This video is for you. I was able to put this stuff to the test this season. It was kind of tough. I mean, it really took me into January, late January. We had that cold spell to really test this against some extremely cold temperatures. And early on, when it was only in like the 20s and stuff, it was way too warm for that stuff. So that's a kind of a good thing, I guess. But I'm going to talk about that and all the different features of the jacket here and the bibs, and you'll get to see what I found out this season. Hey, my name's Mike, the Everyday Bow Hunter, and I test a lot of gear. I really have put a lot of gear through the test this past season. I wore probably all the Asio gear early season, mid-season stuff. I wore the heck out of that. I tested Sitka Stratus stuff this year, and I tested Huntworth Saskatoon stuff this year. So I've run the gambit on kind of your mid-season and early season stuff. And the only opportunity I had to test something late season was this Asio Gear Late Season gear, the Late Season 2.0 jacket and the Late Season bibs. Now, when walking out to tree the very first time that I had this stuff on, I had the bibs on, I had the jacket kind of wrapped around and tied to my pack and kind of hiked in, and the bibs here have full side zips. And you can see the zippers are actually fairly quiet there for the side zips, but they go the entire length of the pant, and they go up or down, so you can unzip them from up here, or you can unzip them from down below. And they have the same double pocket design that all the cargo pockets in the front here that all the Asio pants have. It's identical, the layout, but then there's like pockets right up here. And these are mediums. I have a 34-inch waist, so I'm kind of between 33 and 34. So a medium fits me extremely well. In fact, I think the fit of the bibs for me was excellent in that regard. Had no complaints or whatever. You do not have any back pockets or anything on this. If you can see here, how it fits. Just this for height to lift these up to get them into you. Did not have an issue with any tightness or anything, or issues with the crotch area as far as that goes. Very, very workable. Climb trees without any problem whatsoever. In fact, biggest gripe is literally how warm it is. I had, the very first time I wore it, as I started saying, the very first time I wore it, I only had the 200-yard hike to the spot, right? I was kind of off on a little side road and just had to hop up on a bench, and I think the elevation was worse than the actual amount of distance. And it was about 25 degrees in the morning when it started, and I had not unzipped the side zips on this to walk in, and I was 100 yards into it, and I was like, oh my god, big mistake. So I was zipping down. These bibs, for one, just because of the coverage you have up here, there's no wind going to get into you here, especially when you have the windproof jacket that covers everything down more over top of it. And I'll get into the jacket here in a minute. But the bibs I talk about a lot because you have like this center zipper here too that takes down where you can, and it's doubled down here at the bottom. You can open from the bottom as well for doing your thing when you have to. And the bibs overall, the quietness has the same kind of fleece topper that you have on your Sitka Stratus or your Huntworth Saskatoon that I reviewed as well. But the jacket is actually quieter, and I'll get into that here when I get to the jacket. But the pants, as far as comfort, the ability to move around, the durability, I busted through some serious brush with these because most of the hunting spots I go to, it's what you have to do to get there. And much like when I reviewed the Stratus and the Huntworth stuff, they held up. You can't even tell these pants went through anything. So as far as season, they still look brand new. So that is a testament to the quality. I think the thing that I've found when testing Asio Gear stuff that really has stood out to me, because before last season I had never even heard of Asio Gear, and now I'm a huge Asio Gear fan because of the durability, the quality. Every seam is tape seam, high speed YKK zippers. Everything is taped up, every single pocket. Everything here is tightened up, and it's extremely high quality with a lot of attention to detail for bow hunters. And I think that's the thing that stands out to me the most. Now let's get into the jacket. Now the jacket itself, as you can see here, it's got some meat to it. There's definitely some weight to this jacket. When you pick it up, you know you're getting something that's heavy duty, and there's a lot of stuff going on here as far as the insulation is concerned. So it's definitely got heavy insulation. You can see here, I am 5'8", 185 pounds, as I say in all my videos, and this is a large. You can see here, it actually fits me very well. It's pretty much the same as that fleece topper you get from other stuff, but this is actually quieter. If you've seen any of my other videos, I don't know if you can tell or not. I don't have a meter here telling me how loud it is, but the Asio 2.0 stuff is definitely quieter than the Stratus stuff, and definitely quieter than the Huntworth Saskatoon stuff I tested this season. So it's very quiet. Now, I looked at this and said, could I have taken a medium in this? And I don't think so. I think a medium would have been too small for me. So it fits very well. I'll turn around here. You got the safety harness port in the back. And like I said about everything else, you have the tape seams. You have your rangefinder pocket right here. Then you have a chest pocket right here. And the high-speed YKK zippers here. When this unzips, it's definitely quiet. For zippers, that's pretty quiet compared to a lot of other ones I've tested. It's kind of comparable to your Stratus, very, very similar as far as how quiet it is. And then, so you have these Sherpa line pockets, much like the Sherpa line jacket here. It's Sherpa line pockets, extremely warm. And you don't have any kind of upper pocket here, which I think would have been nice. But the only thing is just like anything, you're going to have there's that little bit of sound. So if the more quiet and slow you're being, you're still going to have that sound, because you're talking about a heavy jacket here. It's not going to be 100% quiet. But as far as the outside portion of it, especially this right here in the front, is extremely quiet compared to other items I've tested. As far as warmth, as I've talked through this entire video, this jacket is extremely warm, 150% windproof. You're not getting any wind through this jacket. It held up extremely well to water with it, and light snow on this, so it did great in that. Didn't have really much seepage at all as far as it was, wet on the outside, as most of these fleece toppers get. They will get wet on the outside and kind of be soaked on the outside, but nothing even close to coming through on the inside. Couldn't even tell if anything came through at all anywhere in the rain and the snow that I had this on. So, but this here is, and it has the ability to cinch down. Here you can tighten up around your waist. Has all of that. Just a little bit of bulk in the arms. Could have been a little bit more tapered in the arms, I think. And I think, the thing that would have been nice is if it had a zip fence on it. That would have definitely been a plus if it had zip fence on it. You have that ability with the bibs to be able to vent out, but you don't have that ability with the jacket. That's why I said you're not walking in with this jacket unless you're walking 150 yards to a blind and you just have the jacket open, right? But even then, you're gonna heat up. And that's why I would strap this to the back of my pack or my stand when walking in. So amazed how quiet that is. Anyway, so as far as your wind, like I said, 100%. It's 150% windproof. Awesome job. Water, great job on that. Not waterproof, highly water resistant with the DWR protection. And then as far as wear, the comfort factor is outstanding. It's extremely comfortable. There's definitely no issues with comfort whatsoever. I didn't really test the jacket for durability because it's always on my back, really. I never had to bust through brush with the jacket, so I didn't really test that. But on the bibs, 100%. Great job, Asio. And quiet, I went through that at length here about how quiet it is. You're only going to get things so quiet, especially with late season gear and how much bulk you have to add to it. And as far as that goes with the wear and bulk, you can see there is some bulk here. You're sitting down in a saddle, whatever, it could be a little bit tight around there. I'm a big fan. I love their stuff. I can't say enough about it. I highly recommend the late season gear, and if anything, like I said, if you're not going to hunt in extremely cold temperatures, but you want to be comfortable in the stand you're sitting for a long time, and those 30-degree temps, you know, or even high 20s, get the bibs and then get the Sherpa line jacket and vest instead, and to lower your bulk. Either way, outstanding job. Highly recommend. If you like the video, if you like the review, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.